What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool live stream slash video. And my gosh, there's a crap ton of people already here, which is awesome. And sorry I got so late, but I got things set up. And this is the first ever episode of A Day in the Life of a Ride Operator. I didn't even stayed into my my costume and everything just for the occasion, by the way. So you're welcome. But anyways, I just want I don't know how well this series is gonna do, so I thought I'd try it out, and we're gonna see exactly how it's gonna go. So it's awesome, and I hope you guys like the outfit and stuff like that. This is how I plan on doing it, because I literally just got home and went straight to the computer, and I'm going to work on this. It was a little bit later today because we had a little bit of a meeting after the first day. So anyways, quite of an interesting first day at work today. So I was very excited, very excited. I can't tell you how much excited I was. So first off, I get a call yesterday. So we're getting the story off. The story starts yesterday for today. So I get a call from pretty much my boss, my supervisor, saying, "Hey, we're expected to be pretty cold tomorrow, so go ahead and contact your guys, and we're gonna come in an hour after opening." So usually we get there, of course, before opening. Some of us come in before opening, some of us come in at opening. So everyone was gonna come in later. That didn't change me, of course. I still got there real early. I didn't clock in or anything, but I got there a little bit early anyways. So I get there, and just the normal morning routine. You eat some breakfast, you get ready, get dressed, and I made sure I dressed nice and warm tonight because I think it was like 24 degrees this morning where I live. So that's kind of a downside because our ride can't open until 37 degrees. So we can't. That's why we came in later, because it was going to be a little bit later than usual. Before we knew we were going to open. We knew it was probably not going to open till afternoon today. So anyways, I go in, and it's going to be, it was nice and cold, but I got prepared. I mean, I got my undershirt. It's nice and warm. I stayed nice and toasty today. I had my wool socks, had my nice big jacket and everything that we're allowed to wear. 'Cause since we're a theme park, we have to stay in theme, and we still have to dress like this. So it's really cool. As you can see, my nice little name tag and pins and stuff like that. So anyways, we get there, and it's nice and cold, freezing, and it doesn't feel as cold because we didn't really have much wind. So that's interesting itself. We didn't have a lot of wind, so it didn't feel as cold as it was, but it was still like 24 degrees when I came in. So I get in there. Obviously, the trains aren't out, and so we go out there, and we're not gonna be running for quite a bit, so. Anyways, a lot of people are asking, why doesn't the ride open in the cold? So, a little education here. A lot of roller coasters won't have a set temperature. Most of them are set at about 40 degrees. Ours is specifically set on 37. It's because the roller coasters tend to run very slow when it is cold. And it can kind of get a little, when you go, the ride runs a little bit slow. It can actually get a little bit rough on the track. The track actually kind of gets compacted, and it gets smaller. So those wheels on the track will actually kind of mess around a little bit, and it can actually damage the track itself. That's why a lot of rides or coasters actually have their degrees of how warm it has to be. It's not really because it can mess with the ride track and everything, and also hydraulics is a big reason as well. So ours specifically was set for 37 degrees. Most large coasters are 40 degrees, but we have the luxury of opening up just a pinch a little bit earlier. So anyways, it's really fun. So, exciting on the first day because, it's the first day of opening, and it's also the roughest day on opening. So we go in, everyone is there on time, which is awesome, and, we get there, Of course, I hope everyone was on time. We had to come in an hour later. Of course, I still got there early. But we go in, and it's just kind of the typical thing. We have to greet out front, because there's nothing else for us to do because we can't run the ride. So what we do literally is stand out front, greet everyone, letting them know we cannot run the ride due to temperature. And it's on our little app and everything. It shows what temperature every ride has to open up at. So if you ever plan a theme park trip, make sure you do a little research. That includes, ride temperatures. If you're going in on a cold day, make sure you know that so you don't get there and be disappointed. So that's the one thing about being a operator at a ride is, you're going to have a lot of disappointed guests on cold days when the rides aren't running. So it was really, really cold in the morning. And, of course, we're going to have those disappointing guests. I'm out here a greeter. And another thing that we kind of do is we kind of clean the area up as much as we can. We've been cleaning all week, getting ready for opening day. So there wasn't a whole lot to clean. Another thing that sometimes they'll kind of send us to other areas that need help, that maybe like rides that are open, like indoor rides, that might need a little help because they tend to get a bit more and stuff. So do operates and other ride / coaster. I only operate one ride specifically, but sometimes they will train us up in other areas as well, but I usually stay with one ride. So that's kind of how that kind of goes out. But anyways, I get the first set of guests coming up, ask, is there anything open? And I'm like, well, there's these rides open and stuff. I tell them the list that are open because it's a very small list because all the outdoor rides are pretty much closed at this point. And that's the one thing if you ever work at a theme park, you're there. Your job is to make sure everyone is happy, safe, and, they're safe and they're having a great time. Your job is to make sure they have that great time. Even if, your ride is down, your ride's not running, and, it can disappoint people, your job is to make them happy. So what is the best way to make them happy when your ride is down, especially if you work at one of the larger rides like I do, like the best ride at the park that you work at. It's kind of disappointing because they get there, they pay all this money to get in the park, and the rides aren't running. It's obviously a better idea to make sure you research before you come to the park. But there's some people that just go. So they get in and they're like. This was literally my first guest today, and they were like, they jokingly said it, but they were like, well, I want a refund because nothing's open. So it was jokingly. They said it jokingly. They didn't were real serious about it. They were just kind of like, anyways, like that. So the way to kind of approach this, even if they are being serious, you want to kind of go over the things that they still can do in the park, stuff that are open, stuff that is still running. So I approach them, we still have, this and this and this going on, and there's also these awesome shows because the park I have has some really good shows as well. So, and then there's also amazing food this year in the park. So encourage them to do all different things to try and make their day better, because they're going to be disappointed, obviously, that the awesome roller coaster is not running or this ride's not running and stuff like that. But, you try good hope. I even told them, we should be opening in the afternoon. It's supposed to get warm enough. You never want to guarantee it, but you still want to say, we're not giving up hope. I think it's going to open later today. Check back later, and hopefully we'll be running. So you just try and keep them happy. And of course, yes, horrid jokes are also a good way to go. So really cheesy things, trying to make them laugh. It could be some really bad jokes. Just make sure it's family friendly and it really works well. So we're doing this for probably 5 hours. We literally are out there for hours. I don't think we opened until about 3:42 in the afternoon, and we close at 6 o'clock. We're open from 9:30 to 6 during this time. So. And I'm about to get that. Has anything funny happen? There wasn't a whole lot of funny stuff going on today. Again, not all days are going to be, funny and full of stuff. It was actually a very kind of boring-ish day for the most part. So we're sitting out there. We're just trying to entertain people. And I'll tell you what, as soon as as soon as that temperature started rising, the sun actually came out, and you just see this whole horde of people coming towards you, acting like the ride's gonna be open right away. And it's like, yeah, it's definitely warming up, but it's definitely not there yet, because they actually update us through a radio of what the temperature is. So we're sitting there listening to the radio constantly, and we can't really do anything because maintenance has to get the trains out anyways later. So even if it does get warm enough, we still have to wait on the maintenance crew to get out there and actually get the trains on the track and moving. So they got to do all their inspections. We have to do our inspections. There's a lot of inspecting, so there is definitely a lot of inspecting. The position I was scheduled for today was actually inspector. So I actually go in early to actually inspect the area and make sure that nothing's falling apart, that there's no safety hazards in any way, shape, or form. If there are, I have to report it immediately to make sure they can go get it fixed before any guests get in the area and stuff like that. So we had a successful inspection. I can say that this morning. I didn't have anything wrong with the ride or any area, so I was able to inspect and everything was good. So we're out there for 5 hours greeting guests, and the sun comes out, and you get a lot of people. So thankfully there was like 5 of us greeting, so we were able to kind of get the crowd down, because there wasn't really much of a crowd this morning when it was super cold. But when we got out there, when that sun came out, yeah, there's a horde of people coming towards our ride acting like we were opening. But we were still at that point, I think we were still at 34 degrees. We have to hit 37 to open. So we were just sitting there waiting for it to rise. I was excited for the day. I wanted to run, and then there was starting to get to the chance that we might not open today. It might not get to that 37 degrees, and I was starting to get nervous because, it's the first opening day. I want to run the ride. Man. And at this point, I still hadn't even rode the ride that I work at yet, because they were having issues during the off season. So most of the time we get to ride it like a week before opening, but we didn't get to this year. So I was like, I call first ride through. And when I say that, when the ride opens, we have to do a test ride to make sure the ride is obviously safe. So I didn't get to ride it for fun, but I got to ride it, to make sure that it's safe. But it wasn't the first ride, so that I got to ride on it. So we're getting into that. So it's 34 degrees. It's probably around 1, 2 in the afternoon. And because I was telling people, I'm like, hopefully in the afternoon we'll get open. Because we close at 6, and it's not. It's like, getting closer to that. Just within hours. And I'm like, man, I hope we open, even because there's a lot of people that's been looking forward to this opening day. I've seen it, and it was. I've seen people get excited online. I'm actually friends with a lot of people on Facebook, because we have a lot of regulars that ride, and they were definitely there that opening day, and, we talking to them for quite a while. It was awesome. But then we get a page, and, we get this weather page. It's like this really loud thing over the radio. It just goes, it's kind of like that sound to get your attention, that they're doing a weather update or a temperature update. So that goes off, and everyone in the area, all the guests, just like, whoa, listen, what is it going to say? Attention all rides and attractions, the temperature is now 36 degrees. So we are 1 degree off. We're 1 degree off. Like literally 1 degree. And one of my coworkers actually yells out, he's like, 36 degrees! And everyone runs towards the entrance, lining up straight for the entrance, waiting for that 1 degree to get up to 37 degrees. And it's like, oh my gosh, because here's the funny part. We still had like another hour before we even opened. That's the crazy part, because I'm like, I don't know if it's going to hit the 37. And it finally did. About an hour later, after our line was going like a mile down the road. That was a little exaggeration, but we had a nice line going out, and man, and it built up, and these people waited, and I was even telling them, guys, I don't know if it's going to be much sooner or how fast we're going to get to 37 degrees. You're more than welcome to wait, but, I didn't want to make sure that they're not wasting all their time just waiting for a ride to open, because sometimes, you don't want to waste your time just waiting for a ride to open all day. I mean, unless it's something really worth it, but I guess the ride I work at kind of is worth it. So, but oh, it was so much fun. The fun part is interacting with guests, but there's a lot of people there, and it was kind of overwhelming. We weren't expecting that much of a crowd because it was pretty cold out, and I think we did pretty good crowd wise today, and they kind of came up. So it's nice to entertain those folks when they do want to actually stay outside and wait on the ride. You can't force them to leave, but you just try and keep them entertained, and at least try and get them to have a good time while they're waiting for this ride to open. It's like you don't want to hear my jokes or anything. They just want to get on the ride, obviously, but they're gonna listen to me anyways because maybe I have something interesting to say. But yeah, we're at 36 degrees, and then finally around probably a little over 3 o'clock, finally we hit the 37 degree mark, and maintenance comes out. They start getting the trains out, and then we hear that they have to run 15 cycles before they can give the ride to us. And usually they don't have to do that many, but I guess they still had to test a couple more things because it was opening day and stuff like that. So they had to do 15 cycles on the train before we can get more people or get people on this thing. So they did their 15 cycles, so it wasted more time. So the line's building up at this point. So I'm like, I really hope we get this thing open very soon. So the line's going down the line, and there's just a lot of people there. And we're just sitting there waiting, and I'm like, I have like 1 or 2 greeters up front too, by the way. Tell us my jokes. I will here in just a little bit, but but we're sitting out there, and then finally they get the ride to us, and then I get the call that we're ready to do a ride through, that I can ride the ride finally. So we get to ride the ride for the first time this year, and it was a lot of fun. I only rode it once today, but it was worth it. It was so good, so good. It was a lot of fun. And we have to ride the ride before opening and every 2 hours throughout the day. So we were only open for about 2.5 hours, so we did only actually end up riding it once in the end. So that was kind of a thing. So we didn't really get to do much riding it. So it was really fun, though. But we finally got the ride going. There was no issues after all the inspections, so I finally so I'm an operator, all right? So I'm up at the operator's booth, so I have the nice microphone, and that's always dangerous when I have the microphone. So, but everyone gets down there, and I'm like, I'm going to get these people excited. They've been waiting all day opening day to ride this ride. So I just get on that. I get on there, and I'm just like, I just literally yell. I'm like, "Are you guys ready to ride?" And I get this place just explodes with excitement. And I'm like, usually I have to say, "Well, that wasn't very good. I think you guys do better." I didn't have to do that. I was just like, "Well, you guys are ready. Gates are opening." Get them right on there. And I was like, it was a great first crowd. Like these people were pumped. Like before the ride was open, they were like cheering and just going insane over this, ready to ride. And finally get them on there, and they were hooting and hollering. I got them to hooting and hollering. I'm like, guys, this is the first train of the season. Aren't you guys excited? Yeah. And they went nuts. It was absolutely awesome. So we sent the first train out, and it was such a great feeling to be back up there again. Seeing actual guests on there, excited. You got all those kids too. They get so excited to ride the ride. And another good story here up in a little bit, but we get in there, and we still have some new guys that are actually still in training, so I had to do a little bit of training today as well, which kind of slows down the process a little bit. So we tend to the first day, we're always a little bit slower on the first day because we have some of the new people that are getting experience with actual guests on the train. So it's actually very interesting to see that. Your outfit is great. Thank you very much. Thanks for letting me know. I like it too. I love this. I love it as much. But it's amazing. Like we had a great wait. I think we had about a 20-minute wait for pretty much most of the day. So the crowd did show up. It was actually very awesome to see a crowd there. But the first day is always very rough for us, and mostly because we have a tough time getting the trains out pretty quickly. Because it's the first day, you have a lot of new people, and we have to keep an eye on them, make sure that they're doing what they need to do. And they did fantastic, by the way. Our new guys did awesome. I was very, very pleased with them. So I was very, very awesome. You hear that southern accent. It might start coming through these days, actually coming through. You hear those folks, the word folks a lot, and, and y'all, and all that stuff starts to come through, working at the place I do. So, but anyways, it was just so awesome to get that first train out. I'm just glad that everyone on the ride was very excited. But it was a lot of fun, and I do want to let everyone know about this. I'm only going to be talking about positive stuff. So if anything negative happens in the day, I'm not going to be talking about that stuff. Just so you know. So I'm only going to be talking about the positive stuff in the day, the fun stuff, and of course, the goofy stuff and things like that. So I was very happy to say we didn't go down for the 2.5 hours we ran. We ran smoothly. Had no issues with the ride, and that was fantastic. So everyone's inspections were perfectly fine. So, do you need to work your way up to ride operator? To work on dock, you have to be 18 years old, at least where I work, and then you don't go directly up to the operator's position because it is such a big job mentally when you're up there. Not physically, but mentally. You have all this paperwork to worry about, and then everything like that. So it's awesome. So, but there's a lot of points, you see the kids riding and they're awesome. And then we had a couple of times, me personally, I didn't get to do this because I was actually training, but we had some coworkers, they would calm down kids that were kind of scared to ride. And, we would just sit there with them. I didn't do this myself today, but one of my coworkers did, and he's absolutely fantastic. He's very fantastic with kids, and he gets them to ride and calms them down. He's like, "You can do this, man," and he came back with a smile on his face. So that's really rewarding. So to get those kids very excited is always a fun thing, and we never send out kids that, are panicking or don't want to really ride, because that could be kind of a safety issue if someone's panicking on the ride, so we don't do that. But everyone seemed to have a great time. One of my goals this year for my team is I want to be the friendliest ride on park, and I think we did a great job with that today. I felt like we really connected with the guests today, and it was awesome. I felt like I was pretty proud of myself. I thought I did a good job as well. I don't mean to brag, but I thought I did a really good job of being polite to our guests as well. That's the one thing I want to make sure is that we're very polite to our guests, because you don't know what that guest has been through. They're there to get away from any stress. They're there to have fun, and that's our job, is to make sure they have fun. So that it's all part of the job, is us having fun. I love having fun with the guests too. They have fun. It causes me to have fun as well. And that's the one thing I love about being a ride operator is you can really have a lot of fun. But, safety is number one priority. And you always put safety first. And and it's all about the guests. It's really about the guests, not us. It's all about the guests having a good time, and that's the most important part when it comes to ride operating. And if any of you have operated a ride, you'll know that we're here for the guests to have a great time, because they're there to have a great time. Pretty much, they didn't come in saying, "Oh, I'm gonna come into this park to have a bad time." No, they're there to enjoy their day, a great day, and a theme park. They're there to have a great day and get away from any stress related stuff out there that may be in the world. But we had a great day today. I know there's not much stories today, as I would hope there would be, because there wasn't anything that was super funny that really happened. But anyways, we had a great day. We ran for 2.5 hours. It ran really well, nice and smooth. And we got there at the end of the day. We have a little meeting at the end of the night to kind of go over how what we did might improve in the future, because the first day is always rough. It really is. But we did a fantastic job handling guests, and I feel like everyone had a lot of fun today. So that's really rewarding, I think. So, um, have I met any YouTube followers at the ride yet? I have, not today. I didn't see any, or no one approached me today, but last year I did actually have quite a few guests, people come up to me saying, hey, you're JLW Games. You know, it has happened, and I would love to see you guys there someday. I don't directly reveal where I work, but a lot of you could probably figure it out. If you zoom in on this name tag, I'm sure you could figure it out. But a lot of people do know where I work. And there is one thing, I have a little special thing for you guys at the end of this, or here at the live stream here. And it's something that's quite interesting that I found at the end of the day. And I actually saw it going through Facebook before the stream. And I will show you guys in hopefully in a moment. I'm going to have to create something. But anyways, besides that, we had a fantastic day. We had our end meeting, and we just do that. And, of course, you take up the paperwork. You take everything up at the end of the night, the lost and found, anything like that. We didn't have any lost and found today, which is good as well. So you take everything up there. We took everything up there. You know, I got on the shuttle and got home, and here we are right now telling this story. So it was not the most eventful day because we were down for a lot of the day. So not much really went on for the day, unfortunately, but we did get 2.5 hours, about 2.5 hours of operation, which is good for us. And I'm just happy that we were able to run the ride today, and that's really what I was expecting. So anyways, with all that aside, I kind of had something to show you guys here. Something I found pretty interesting. And I might put the link in the description, but let's see if I can get this going here. I'm gonna add a scene. Oh gosh, I didn't want to do that. Oh my gosh, I'm already messing everything up. Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. So I'm going to do a display capture. I hope this works out okay, the way I'm hoping. Oh, here it is. All right. Right off the bat, here we are. I'm gonna put that down there. So, if you guys haven't noticed, I wanted to talk a little bit about Silver Dollar City a bit here. Something I was going through Facebook, and I saw something that Brad Thomas actually posted, and it was a sign at Thunderation in the queue line that said, "You looked over the fence, didn't you?" And it said something like that, and it's an actual teaser for the new attraction opening next season. And there's actually part of the website, on their website, they have a piece, and they've started teasing it. And on it, it said to visit silverdollarcity.com/wild mountains, I think it was. Let me see. I think that's actually what it was. I have the picture on my phone here. I'm going to bring it up. Yes. Don't look over this fence, but you can be the first to know. silverdollarcity.com/wild mountain ? So I'm saying, you know, they were talking about the theming of this ride was rumored to be time travel, but Wild Mountain, where did that come from? So I'm thinking this theme might be completely different of what everyone was thinking, but so I typed it in, and this is what it took me to. This website right here. So this is silverdollarcity.com, and look at this. You looked over the fence, didn't you? So you're over at Thunderation, and it's asking if you looked over the fence. Give us your email address, and we'll make sure you're among the first to know what we're working on at Silver Dollar City. Isn't that cool? I love that they're already teasing it. They're already teasing it. Day one, they're already teasing it, and that's awesome. But Thunderation, if you guys don't look over the fence. It has signs saying don't look over the fence. That's the funny part. It's like, but visit this website and you'll be the first to know. It's funny because I put in Wild Mountain in the barcode, but it actually changes it to theme park. What is it? It's what it changes it to when you actually type it in and press enter. So I don't know what's up. I love the teasing that's already going on, and I love it. So when they teased Outlaw Run back in 2013, they had signs up all around that area. You know, what you went through with the steam train. They had signs up, you know, saying the good guys always win. They're already they actually, you know, tease this stuff. So I know it's just as much as you guys, but I thought that was very interesting. If you guys want to check that site out yourself, just type in silverdollarcity.com/wildmountain ? Make sure you put the question mark there, and it'll take you to that site, which is awesome. But anyways, I wasn't really kind of curious of how long these streams would go, and this one's going to probably be a little bit shorter episode, probably mostly because there wasn't a whole lot that happened today, but I want to hear what you guys think. I got a lot of viewers today, so I thought that was awesome. I love that you guys, I don't know if I got any new viewers, but if you are new to the channel, be sure to like, subscribe, and for more content like this. I do a lot of Planet Coaster videos, which is a video game, theme park simulation game, but I thought I'd do something different for once, and kind of a new vlog kind of series. And if it's successful, I will keep this vlogging up. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I want to hear what your guys' feedback is, so make sure you leave in you leave in the comments, even live streaming or not. If you're not here for the live stream and you're just watching the video afterwards, make sure you leave in the comments. Let me guys know how I can improve this. If maybe I can add music, or if you want me to watch me play Planet Coaster and do my stories at the same time, or something like that. How I can improve this series. So this is just my first stab at it, and I just went kind of very generic and just kind of went for it, and we can see how maybe we can actually improve this series and make it even better. So I want to hear what you guys think. A lot of you guys were very excited for this series, and it's really fun, and hopefully I can see something that hopefully something awesome will happen. I don't know if I'm going to do this series every single day during the operating season, but we'll see. And I think it's a lot of fun, and it's an easy way for me to live stream at the end of the night, and without, ease. It's a lot easier on me, because I can just walk in here and tell you my guy's story for the day. So I don't know, but I would love to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments section, whether it's right now or in the video later. So if just make sure you leave your thoughts in the video later after it's uploaded as well, because it will upload after, of course, the live stream's over with. And let me guys know if you like it being a live stream, or if you would rather it be just kind of normal video. I'd love to hear that feedback as well, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this. These are going to be shorter streams. It's not going to be like an hour long, unless, of course, I have a big story or something like that. But I do have a good something I did forget to mention about today, as I did get a permission slip to bring something home with me from work. So you guys will probably see that. What is this, 18As? But you guys will probably see what I will be bringing home, hopefully tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to have it here tomorrow, but I will keep that as a cliffhanger. I'm going to have an awesome object that I'm actually able to bring home to hopefully by tomorrow. I got permission to bring it home without getting in trouble. I actually asked for permission, so it will be really cool. I hope you guys stick around, and we'll see what that is, hopefully tomorrow. If not, maybe the next day, but we'll see. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. Again, it's not going to be like a super long live stream or anything like that. I don't want to drag it out too long. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more content like this. And make sure you have a great day and an even cooler tomorrow. Leave all your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts for all of this. So, again, I would love to hear your thoughts on, the teasing of Silver Dollar City's new ride. You looked over the fence, didn't you? And stuff like that. So, Wild Mountain, I feel like that's a huge clue. I feel like that's a huge clue of the theming aspect of it. So, anyways, I will catch you guys next time. Great day, cooler tomorrow, and I hope you guys have enjoyed episode 1, and hopefully we'll come back to it. So, thank you guys, and goodbye.